Greetings, entities and guardians. My name is HyperHimes, and welcome back to Kick Your Own Kingdom, where recently, with this new update coming out with Silent Salt Cookie and all this stuff, one thing that they added were 2 new treasures, as you can see down here. There are 2 new treasures that they decided to add, and you may be wondering, have I gotten these treasures yet? Yes. But that doesn't make sense. You didn't do a video. Well, I know, but apparently in one of the things, like with these little letter things, sometimes like Kick Your Own gives like update gifts, and to be fair, this was very nice of them, but like, I wanted to do a video trying to pull for them, and they just gave me the 2 treasures for free. You want proof? Let's go over to the Gacha. No. Let's go over to cookies. I forget. Cookies, treasures, right here. Go to the very bottom. I think it's this green thing, and like this. I can't tell like if I could sort them by like newly. Oh wait, yeah, new. Look, there's a right there. There's just fresh new ones I managed to pull. I didn't even pull for them, they were just given to me. The Unyielding Berry Necklace and the Cursed Catacombs Candle. Why was I given those? I don't know, probably just because there was like an error in the update and Kick Your Own was being nice, so that's fine. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and, we're just going to go ahead and throw these on here because we're going to see if we can get the chance up on them because, well, why not? I don't know if there's any other treasures that would be fitting the phone here. Maybe the Enchanted Robes? I heard those were pretty good, so sure. We're going to pull for this a bunch of times, probably do like 500 pulls or something like that, and just see what we can do. But while I go ahead and pull for these, I'm going to be reading comments for the video over here, which is, they knew each other before, from Beasties. And if you want to leave your question and comments down in the comment section below for me to read on the videos, then feel free to do so, because it could be a random question, a random comment, a random fact, something about me, something about the game, something entirely different. Doesn't even matter, because as long as we're having a fun time at the end of the day, and we appreciate being around each other from community to creator and creator to community, then that's what matters the most. Speaking of, let's pull immediately, and let's start off with a few comments I could see over here. Like one from Mini Chester Clan saying, question of the day, my favorite is none other than Dark Choco Cocoa? I think you mean Dark Cacao. There's no such thing as a dark cocoa cookie in the game. It's dedication to his warriors and friends to do something to admire. I really hope he can reunite with his son one day, which, by the way, we did get the Cursed Catacombs Candle already, so that's good. At least we can add that to the upgrades or whatever. But hopefully at some point, and subtle, something fragrant, that's not what we're trying to look for. We're trying to look for some blue thing or whatever the treasure was. At least we're getting a bunch of epic treasures, that's nice. Maybe they updated it to increase the rates, I don't know. But, anywho, I do appreciate, you know, definitely not the ship, the family ship, let's go with that. The connection between Dark Choco and Dark Cacao, especially with the past, and hopefully next time that we see the 2 meet, we can get like the most heartwarming cutscene, but I guarantee you that's probably going to be after the, oh hey, we got the Cursed Catacombs Candle again. Can I get the other one though? Come on, you gotta gather me with all those new treasures. But I am hoping that we do see the both of them reunite and reconnect once again, but I feel like that would be at the end after all the beasts have been settled with. That's what I'd be curious about. We already have max out on that treasure, so it don't matter to us. Right now, this is just one of those good old treasure haul videos, where I wish there was like a thing where like you could just set this thing to auto, because like, fun fact, once you get a treasure, you have to click to skip it. So either I could just like let it stay there, or I could just put on an auto click, and of course, when I put on the auto click, guess what? It gives me the blueberry thing, and I just immediately skip over. Gotta love when curiosity kills the cat, because it didn't just kill them, it nuked them. How plumbing dare them? Anyways, that being said, another comment I do read over here coming from Ixana YT says, question of the day, I think my favorite would be Hollyberry Cookie. I always loved her. I don't really know what it is about her. She just has this powerful, welcoming, and friendly energy every time I hear her talk or interact with other cookies. Especially her relationship with Wildberry Cookie melts my heart. Yeah, the best way I could describe the relationship between Hollyberry and Wildberry is just, Wildberry is just the chauffeur to her whenever she drinks an absurd amount of berry juice, which doesn't make any sense because, as far as we know, she doesn't really get, you know, drunk or poisoned by berry juice drinking an absurd amount because she is literally Hollyberries because she's literally made out of them. So she's literally walking poison, but Wildberry is just still there to make sure that she has a cap on it because she is, I guess, maybe it's more out of like presentation. Like Wildberry doesn't want Hollyberry just going around being like the CEO of berry juice, even though that's literally who she is. She's literally the queen of the Hollyberry Kingdom. Of course, that would make sense, but like, you know, representation is always a good thing too. But if people want to eat out in that kingdom, then people will eat in that kingdom as much as they need to. Because let's be honest, even the vendors know how to sell. They have good food serving up there. Man, and I saw this video. Oh, nice. The robes that we got. I saw this video. It was like, I forgot what it was. Like, like People versus Food, or whatever the channel is, and they do this series where it's like try not to eat, where like they're shown a bunch of food from like these TV shows or movies or whatever, or even games for all I know, but they're like instructed not to eat foods for like 5 rounds from 5 different scenes, and at the end, if you didn't eat any foods, you'd be rewarded with like the super special like food item that you eat, and if you were to eat any of the foods in the prior rounds, then you'd have to be given like this bad food that they happen to make. So yeah, that's like more risk and more reward for you. Are you willing to take any sort of bites, or are you willing to hold your breath and save it, just in case you want to get a very good taste of a treasure? Speaking of which, look at all these treasures that we got. We have a decent amount of epic ones, I'll admit, from like, you know, so is this 14, I mean, nearly 20 epic treasures. I mean, from 100 pull, that's actually not bad, even though we only got 4 of the, you know, the better, you know, the ones that were chosen to us. I mean, even we got the flamingo and also the, little vanilla looking thing, like a lot more, but at least we did get 2 of the treasures, which are good, which if you're wondering, the treasures are right here. And just for a quick description, it says Cursed Catacombs Candle. The light of the candle goes out, silencing enemies for 1.5 seconds. If the target is a cookie, they will deal damage reduced by 17.5% and their cooldown reduced by 15% for 15 seconds if silence duration is over. If it has been otherwise removed, or if the target's immune, if the target is not a cookie, they will have their attack reduced by 23.5% and attack speed reduced by 20% for 15 seconds. Okay, so realistically, it reduces attack and cooldown, making you silent, so you can't really, like, attack. At least as well. And of course, there's another active treasure being the Unyielding Berry Necklace, where it says, at the start of the battle, the treasure will increase the team's attack by 25%, making the cookies heavier and more resistant to the knockback and flying effects. Additionally, it increases the team's attack by 2% and crit damage by 5% upon every activation. The buff stacks at top of 4 times with every activation, and further increases attack by 15% and crit damage by 50% on full stacks. It doesn't seem like a bad treasure, but it does say, like, you know, at the start of the battle, so like it only lasts for like a few seconds, right? So it may not seem as optimal as you think. I don't know. I mean, I think it does have some use. Maybe if you stack it with the whistle, it actually might be pretty useful, as long as you can well stack it together. By the way, I could just drill through these if I want to. Like epic, common, 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 rare, common, rare, 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 common. I don't know why, I just find that funny but stupid to do. But anyway, other comments I see, because fun fact, there's like a lot of comments in this video. There's one from Gamer Storyless with one saying, question of the day, I really liked all of them. Yeah, all the answers are good. And Lily Silly says, the description made me giggle. I don't blame you though. Stop, people. And question of the day, dark cacao 100%. I get that. Someone already explained why they like dark cacao cookie, and I do get why, you know, people would put a lot of appreciation to him. Another comment from Crystal Frost says, thanks for calling my comment out. And question of the day answer, it's really complicated answer. I'm biased to say pure vanilla and white lily cookie because 1, pure lily fan, and 2, I love both the stories, but I think I'll say pure vanilla cookie and white lily shared first place. Dark cacao cookie second. I personally have attachments to Dark Cacao Kingdom because I got an exclusive gacha before Hollyberry Cookie, and my Cookie Run AU story start off with them, so there's the answer. Alright. Surprisingly, I haven't seen anyone mention golden cheese yet, which is kind of a shocker, but it's just from my perspective, because, like, you know, one of my favorite ancients is golden cheese. I thought it makes sense. If that doesn't run by you so far, I don't know what to tell you, but hey, look at that, more robes. Sophie Clay also says, episode 11 is really good. I got up early to play it, but I only got to 11:16 before I had to go to school and did the rest when I got home. Silent Salt story is really sad, and I don't have him. What is more sad? What's more sad? The fact that Silent Salt is going through all this pain and torment that, as far as I know in regards to story, he's just being like the last cookie who's like the virtue before falling from grace? Or you not having him? The world's biggest mysteries. I can only imagine what's more sad. Anyway, another comment from Listening to Music says, my favorite ancient would have to be Hollyberry just because of how she works in the arena. So, does that work the same if you're talking about like both Hollyberry and Aegis Hollyberry? Because both are different. Because like, you know, similar skills, but like, you know, Aegis is obviously buffed. So that's something to take into consideration. Definitely take Awakened forms into consideration too. And also, you know for a fact that once Awakened White Lily comes out, one of the first comments I'm going to be asking is like, or questions I'm going to be asking is, what is your favorite Awakened cookie? That's going to be a good one. Anyway, this is recording, right? Yes, it is. Okay, I want to be real sure, because I've recently had one example of a video not recording, and I missed a lot of footage, but it wasn't the worst thing in the world. Anyway, another comment from Marshadow Activity says, I guess salt quickly since tears are salty. Yeah, that makes sense. And question of the day, my favorite super ancient Pokemon. Yeah, Kyogre over Groudon. Yeah, sure, why not? you actually got me there, man. Michael Cobarubius? I can't pronounce that worth the life of me, but you say White Lily Cookie because I've always liked the design since the game first launched, and it was finally worth the wait when she came out on the 3rd anniversary. It's already been nearly like... How long has it been? We've already been through, like, when White Lily Cookie released. Like, 3 years, and like... It's already been nearly 6 years since the game, like, released. We're already so close to the 6th year anniversary of Cookie Run Kingdom. We're about to be very close to, like, the... how many years for OvenBreak? 8? OvenBreak? I feel like that'd be longer. Was it? It's been 6 years. I don't even remember. Or is next year the 5th year anniversary? I'm trying to remember all this stuff in my head. It's just very confusing to me. It might be for all I know, it might be 5th. But okay, there's all those treasures. We're gonna go for another one, obviously, because we still have a lot more that we can pull out over here. We'll probably do like 2 or 1 more, depending on what we get, but whatever. It's just nice to go ahead and sit back and view some of these comments. And now that I think about it, did I even pull for any of the new treasures? Because, like, I know I got the robes, but, like, maybe I was looking away reading other comments. Maybe, I don't know. But still, you take what you can get. Anywho, all the comments I see, like, one's from Cartoonicus Prime, just says all of them. That's a cheat, there we go. Also, Truthless Recluse says, I think it's pretty obvious which answer it is for me. Yeah, I wonder, Mr. Truthless Recluse. And Lena DeGio says, question, my favorite is probably Dark Cacao Cookie. A lot of Dark Cacao lovers in here. I think so far it's like, most favorite to least favorite is like Dark Cacao, Holly Berry, White Lily, Pure Vanilla, and Golden Cheese. I don't see Golden Cheese lover. What's going on over here? Never mind. Fading Quasar says, question of the day, Golden Cheese Cookie. She's been my favorite since I started playing the game. There we go. All the ancients got love in regards. There we go. My elder... Mitla just says, my elder dreams are coming true. Guys, what are we doing here? We can't start this immediately. There's so many replies in that comment. Oh my gosh. There's just so many replies going like, this is just what I need. And I'm just like... Can we calm down with this for a moment here? We're only 1 update deep. Of course, like, 2, by the way, I'll talk about it later, but, like, they just came out for 1 update. It hasn't even been a week yet. Yeah, by the time that I'm recording this video, it hasn't even been a week yet. And we're already thirsted over this couple. Not even a couple, they're just acquaintances, as far as my knowledge goes. Unyielding Berry Necklace. There we go, at least we got that treasure. But, like... Sheesh, y'all are foaming at the mouth over here. I'm not gonna blame you. Like, I'm not gonna judge fans for what they can and what they can't like, but still. Come on, what's going on? Anywho, just give me some more epic treasures just so I can fill them out and just upgrade them. That would be nice, because, no offense, but, like, I haven't really changed my epic treasures from what they were, being the whistle, the, Elder Pilgrim Scroll, and also the stopwatch. Not even the squishy one. We're talking about, like, the, one that's, I think there's a watch for every treasure now. Like, 1 for common, 1 for epic, and 1 for rare. There's not 1 for scrolls, because there's not 1 for common, but, like, still, you can wait. I mean, I doubt they're ever going to add another common treasure again, but, man, those were the days back when it was only just common, some rares, and, like, 2 or 3 epics, where the moment that you had those epics on your playing side, the moment you had those, you were just busted. Man, I can only imagine back. Do you know how much of a big, like, time capsule that would be? Could you imagine, just like in Minecraft, Cookie Run Kingdom has this feature where you can change the version of the update, where, like, you can kind of play in, like, this time capsule sort of version? I know it seems stupid, but, like, do you know how cool it'd be just to be there for, like, the original events of, like, you know, when the first big cookies that you could get were, like, Espresso Cookie, like, Poison Mushroom, even Clover Cookie for that matter, who I thought was, like, one of the best back in the day because they were an original, like, rare from the game, and, like, the only other one that was original was Custard Cookie the Third, but they were even better because, like, you know, they're part of the story, so they even had their own lore behind it. Like, there was lore behind them, which I thought was really cool. But, of course, nowadays, it's just, you know, whoever gets the spotlight just gets the spotlight. No more story that's revolving around Gingerbrave nowadays. I mean, to be fair, last time they would did get some story revolving around Gingerbrave, it was in the Spire of the Seat, so it makes sense. But ever since then, after that, we had a bunch of other cookies having stories based around them, with the other two Beasties ones being around, you know, Hollyberry and White Lily specifically. To be fair, White Lily was around Gingerbrave, you know, in the first portion of the Shadow Milk story, which, my gosh, we're getting less treasures. I mean, what is this, like 12? Yeah, it's only like 12. Comparison to the first poll, that's barely much. We'll still pull for like maybe one more time. I would do 5 polls, but like I feel like 4 already just got the point across of what I'm trying to do in the video, just try and get multiples of the treasure. But still, I don't know. It'd be nice just to like, especially one that I'd like to really go back on is like, you know, the update where Pumpkin Pie Cookie was available, or the update when we got Malice Sauce and Twizzly Gummy, and like updates like those, just like the small updates. Even like, you know, the first couple like snow updates, Christmas updates, like when we got Cotton Cookie and like the original Frost Queen, which I don't understand why originally when Frost Queen Cookie released, there was just a lot of hate around her. Specifically from what I remember, there was a lot of hate behind her YouTubes. Like, my prediction is like, because I think there was like a YouTubes for like Hollyberry, Pure Vanilla, and Frost Queen, and like people just didn't want Frost Queen to have the YouTubes for some reason, and I don't know why. I guess maybe the complaint was like it should have belonged to Sea Fairies, because I think the order of the legendaries was like Sea Fairy, then Frost Queen, then we got Moonlight, then we got Black Pearl, I think, and then we got, was it Stormbringer? And then Wind Archer, then I'm sure I'm missing one, Fire Spirit. No, there's definitely more, right? These are the elemental ones, but Millennial Tree's not out. Sherbet doesn't count as one. I literally might be missing like one legendary, and it's gonna freak me out in the moment that like I'm forgetting. It's not Elder Fairy. Elder Fairy is a super epic. That does not count. And nor does Pataya Dragon isn't even a legendary. They're just dragon. You technically can't count that, can you? And I guarantee you there's like one that I'm forgetting about, and it's gonna be melting my brain the fact that I just forget. Unless if I named them all and like I actually managed to get the order correctly. Maybe it was like Wind Archer and then Stormbringer and then something Fire Spirit, but maybe I could be wrong on that again. I don't know. Whatever you take. Anywho, let's just go ahead and just keep on going here because why the pub not? There's not much else I could talk about. I'm just trying to pull for the treasure. At least I did read off the treasure move they're gonna do. If anything, I'm just super excited for getting to the next part of the plumbing story, because lore. I am seething at the mouth for. I'm needing more lore this in my life. And you could say like, well, why don't I just immediately record it? That's the thing. I like doing those separator videos. I like going like lore, something else, lore, something else, story, something else. And I think it just makes it perfect that way so that there's a little bit of space and anticipation being built up between it just so you can have time to think. I know there's a lot of YouTubers like, you know, was it Royal Mike? Yeah, Royal Mark, who just posts all the story, which I don't blame him for that. No judgment toward what he does at all. It's just, poof. I guess, to be fair, it just makes a little bit more sense why you would immediately go watch the content that they make, just because, you know, he lays out all the story, and, like, that's all there is. All I really do provide is, like, a reaction, I guess. But, so he does the job right, and he's a hard-working Cookie Run YouTuber as well, with the stuff that he does on his own website, too, so you can't blame the guy on that. He's really good look. I was about to say he's really good. I never even seen their face. What is wrong with me? Just ignore that. Just slide it under the rug. Royal Mike's a really good YouTuber. Then again, now that I think about it, has Hyrule done stuff about, like, you know, Hyrule Legend? Actually, recently commented on a post because, you know, they care a lot about me and I care a lot about them. But, like, now that I think about it, have they posted about the story? Because I know they post a lot of, like, you know, guides, like, how-tos and stuff. Have they talked about the story? I guess they streamed the story, if I'm being honest, so that counts for something. But, whatever, I just rather let's play through it just because, whatevs. And I guess I could stream through the story and then I could separate into the videos. I just didn't know if that would be, like, you know, lazy or not. But when oh my gosh, only 10? A little bit of a cheeky, just like 100 pull, and then just go ahead and just skip that. Oh my gosh, we're getting even less! Look at this! It's all gotten so bad. My luck's out before. I gotta go. Yeah, oh, video over. yeah, if you enjoy the video, then please be sure to leave a like on it, and also share the video with your friends if you enjoy my Kick Your Run content. And if you enjoy my content in general, then want to subscribe, and also hit the bell icon to be notified of whatever I do in the future. And down below in the description, you'll see a link to my new merch store called the Pleb Market, and also a link to my membership stuff, where for just $1, you could see exclusive content you wouldn't normally see on the YouTube channel or whatever. But above all those, I will see you entities and guardians in the next video. Hail the Hypenese.